So this is the opening project list you see as soon as you open Godot. So let's click on create and now let's make a project. You can name it whatever you want and you can choose where you want it to be by clicking browse. Forward plus, let's keep the render on forward plus. We don't need kids, but let's just keep it on. And edit now has to be clicked. And now let's create. Okay, and so this is the opening scene. Alright, before we start making stuff, let's start off with navigation. So if you just enter your 3D scene, you'll notice you've got this visual editor. If you move your mouse, if you just left click, you'll notice you can bring a selection box. If you right click, you can notice you can change the way you're looking at stuff, like changing the orientation of your camera. And if you hold your middle mouse button, you'll notice you're rotating around the axis. Now, if you hold your middle mouse button while holding down shift, you'll notice you can pan around the area. If you hold control while holding the middle mouse button, you can zoom in and out. But you can do the same just by holding scrolling mouse wheel. Any game in Godot is made up of two parts, scenes and nodes. Scenes are basically just trees of nodes, and nodes are just nodes. Nodes can be anything, but as time goes on, I think you'll understand what I mean. Alright, so let's start making the actual game. Okay, so the game's gonna be 3D, so we need a 3D scene to start off with. So out of this scene inspector, let's click the 3D scene option. And yeah, we've made the game. And this is what we have. As you can see now, something appears in the middle of the scene. And we can just move it around. Yeah. And press Ctrl Z to just put it back to where it came from. So this is gonna be our main game thing. It's gonna be our main game scene. So let's double click this node 3D that just appeared. And let's call this level 1. Alright. So now we've created our first level. Alright. So now let's make this let's save this. And we can save it by pressing Ctrl S on the keyboard or going up here to scene and going down until you see the save scene button. And now let's press save scene. And now what are we gonna name our scene? It's level 1. So let's just save that. And if you go down here to the file system, you can see level 1 is over here. Over here in the over here we can see the file. Alright, so our scene's a bit empty. So now let's make the ground. So let's add something. So we press this plus icon or we press Control A on the keyboard. So let's go to Node 3D and scroll down. Or if you just want to get it done quickly, you can just press the search bar and type in mesh instance 3D. Yeah, and we see it gets added to the scene tree, to the node tree. But as you can see, nothing much changes. And you can see this little hazard sign here. So let's click the Mesh Instance 3D. And if you go to the right, you can see all these settings, skeleton, geometry, visibility range. But right now we just need a shape. So under the shape, you press this drop down. And now we need to choose, do we want a sphere? Do we want a prism? Do we want a cylinder? But no. For the ground, we want a box. And there we go. We've got our first object. We've got a box. So in the next video, we'll be trying to make this box look like the actual ground. And this isn't very efficient. We'll know in the next video, we'll go over how to properly set up a ground type object. All right.